guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria. I am a 23-year-old woman of transgender experience, and I make mostly LGBT content here on YouTube. If that's your thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so that you never miss out on a new upload. First of all, if you see a smudge on like the camera lens for this, I'm so sorry. I've been trying. I've like wiped off the lens and the back of the lens as well as like the inside of my camera. I don't know what it is. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But I'm not gonna fix it. So I went on my Instagram and I told you guys that I was filming this Q&A, and I told you guys to send me all of your questions, and you guys certainly pulled through. Now, if you have not already followed me on Instagram, what are you doing? First of all, hi, you're here, you're watching me. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. While you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you can join the family, never miss out on a new upload. Make sure that you follow me on all my social media. I'm so much more active on there. And without further ado, let's jump on into this week's video. Okay, so I have so many questions that I'm just gonna try and like fire through them as fast as I can. I'll put them up right here so you can see who asked them, and let's jump into it. Do you ever plan to relocate? If so, where? What would your life look like in 5 years? That's a great question. I would love to relocate. I mean, I'm very happy with where I am now. I know like with people that are involved with social media and things like that, going to the West Coast and going towards California is kind of like what is expected of us, but I live on the East Coast and I'm super happy here. I'm settling down. My boyfriend is graduating from college and we're kind of figuring out where we're gonna settle down. So we're looking along the East Coast. I'm thinking like somewhere in New England. I do love a more suburban area. In 5 years from now, wow, from 5 years from now, I think I would like to be married. I would like to be living in a house. I would like to have pets. I would like to continue with online work and things like that. I think in 5 years from now, I'll probably start thinking about children. Yeah, I'm super excited. I think like my personal peak isn't gonna come for another like 10, 20 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yes, your 20s are fun and I'm young and I'm hot and whatever. My MILF era, you guys have no idea. It's coming. It is coming. My MILF era, baby, I'm spending so much time on this question, but like my MILF era, it's coming, bitch. Dating life, still dating Christopher, still loving it. How to cope with dysphoria and waiting times, coping tips, passing at an old age. Love you. Love you too. I'm assuming waiting times, you mean sort of like surgeries and hormone waiting times, because doctors make you be on a waiting list for a certain amount of time. When it comes to dealing with dysphoria, I have to keep reminding myself that, you know, in time, so many things change. The way I looked 5, 10 years ago is not at all how I look or present now. And, you know, I remember being on waiting lists for surgeries and things like that, and being infuriated that it wasn't going faster and feeling like it was never gonna come. But I'm here now. I've had all my surgeries. I'm not on any waiting list and it's passed. So I think the important thing to remember is it's called a transition for a reason. You are being put through this dysphoria. You are being put through this waiting time for a reason. Let it build you up. Remember that your dysphoria does not control you. You are bigger than your dysphoria, and you will change those things that you were upset about. How tall are you? I'm 5'9". I'm not super tall, but I'm also not super short. I don't like wearing heels because I don't want to like tower over everybody. But I'm tall, but I'm not like. What's your favorite artist? I'm assuming they mean like visual artist. If they're talking visual artist, I would say all time has to be Salvador Dali. All of his work is so iconic and it has inspired me so much in my life, my art, my creativity, my thinking, everything. In terms of music, I can't name one specific favorite artist, but I've been loving Mitski. If you haven't heard of her, first of all, climb out from under your rock and go listen to Nobody, because it's a really good song. Did you have much height dysphoria growing up? By the way, I love you. I love you too. And absolutely I did. I was made fun of for everything, whether it was my gender, my sexuality, my skin skin texture, my hair, my weight, my height, everything. So I was already a very insecure person, and people were, I mean, I'm taller than a lot of girls. I'm not taller than every girl. I have plenty of cisgender friends and coworkers and whatever that are taller than me. But because I am also trans, they pointed to that as being like, you're a man, like whatever. So, you know, I did, but as I got older, you can't change your height, girl. So there's only so much you can do. There's only so much. I had to just kind of learn to accept it, baby. Do hormones stop body hair? I'm Greek and shaving is a nightmare. Hormones do not stop body hair. I will say they do decrease it. Like they kind of thin it out if you have like a lot of facial hair, but it doesn't reverse things. You know, it doesn't change your bone structure. It doesn't make your voice go back to being higher. It doesn't remove your unwanted hair. So if you want to remove unwanted hair, I have talked about this many times at this point, but you guys know I love the Catch Beauty at-home IPL laser hair removal system. If you are transitioning and you're having trouble with body hair, facial hair, that will help you out so much. You will need some form of permanent hair removal or at least reduction if you want to have a smooth, hairless body and face in time. So it has helped me so much. I'm sure it'll help you if you want to try it out. It'll be linked in the description box down below. If not, definitely any kind of permanent hair removal is what you're gonna need. Is it comfortable for you to sleep on your chest? Yes and no. I mean, I'm assuming they're asking because I have my breast augmentation. For the first like year, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable, but I a lot of the time sleep on my chest or with like a pillow under my stomach. So it's sort of like support underneath the bosom. So it's not all the pressure on the boobies, you know? So I sleep on my chest a lot. Did you used to be a drag queen? This is a question for a whole other video. Short answer, yes. You will not find her anywhere on the internet, but I did definitely perform for a certain amount of time, and we'll get into that in a whole other video. How much did you have to weigh before SRS? There's really no specific weight, but there is specific BMI. I would recommend you look that up or ask your specific doctor what their recommended BMI is. I didn't have to change anything about my weight because I've always been the same weight, but definitely ask your doctor. A trans girl you've met in person you don't like? Not a lot. Like I haven't met that many trans women in person actually, and the ones that I have been super kind. I would say like, there's one who is an OnlyFans manager, like she manages other girls' OnlyFans. And I have a friend who knows her as well and knows one of the girls that she manages, and like, it's shady, to say the least. It's shady. Did you and your now boyfriend have feelings for each other in high school? Best wishes to you. First of all, thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, my boyfriend Christopher and I actually went to the same high school, and we reconnected a few years later and have been dating ever since. Now, we didn't have feelings for each other. We didn't really know each other. I'm sure that I saw him with all the other baseball boys running around the school in their outfits and stuff, and I'm sure I thought he was cute, but no, he was in a long-term relationship and I was dealing with a lot of emotional problems. Do you get mad when people assume that your boyfriend is gay because he's dating a trans girl? No, because people don't assume that he's gay, at least not in our real life. But online, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care at all because people say all sorts of weird shit online. Like, it does not affect either one of us. Tips for people in extremely transphobic situations in countries. I would say make sure that you have a good support base online. Make sure that you have some trans girls that you can talk to, maybe like an online forum, maybe a therapist, things like that, where you can talk with people that are like-minded, that kind of understand you. Make sure that if you don't have that support at home or in your home country, that you have it elsewhere. How was your recovery with vaginoplasty? I just had mine on April 21st. I had mine on April 23rd several years ago, but congratulations, that is so exciting. If you want to see how my recovery has been, I will link all my videos right up here. I have so many SRS videos about my recovery. Overall, it was fine, definitely scary, but if you want more information, click right up there. How have you been? What's good? And what is new with you? Thank you so much for a very genuine question. I'm honestly doing great. Besides my camera having a smudge here, oh my God. Besides my camera having a smudge right here, I'm doing great. You know, overall, I'm having a great life. I have had a lot of personal things happen recently. I'm sure if you follow me, you might know that my friend Jahira, a trans woman of color from Boston, was murdered like about 2 weeks ago. And that is still very upsetting. I don't mean to make this video have a darker turn, but I have been dealing with a lot of different personal things. But overall, as for me in my personal life, things are going great. You know, there are a lot of bad things that have happened to people around me and things that have happened in family and friend structures, but personally, I'm good, and that is all that matters. Why are there so many male to female transitions? Can you explain? Thank you. I think that's because you notice trans girls more than you notice trans boys. There are so many trans guys out there and you would never ever know that they were trans, but because trans girls have a harder time passing A, and they are singled out more often B. Because of those two things, I think you notice us more, but I feel like it's pretty 50-50. Top favorite movies. I haven't even thought about this. I'm gonna leave stuff out, but off the top of my head, I gotta say, Devil Wears Prada, Mean Girls, Pan's Labyrinth, very different vibe from the rest of those. What else, girl? Oh, Spirited, all the Studio Ghibli films. Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, everything. Yeah, so all of those for sure. How has the media affected you as a young trans person? I feel like media my whole life, it's getting a little better now, so hopefully it'll be easier for younger trans kids growing up. But I mean, media my whole life always told me that trans girls are disgusting. I mean, watch Disclosure on Netflix. You'll see the idea of trans panic has been promoted through generations. He found out that the girl he was with was a man or born a man, a trans woman, and he like washes his mouth out with soap, like throws up, freaks out. Family Guy, things like that. These scenes have existed for years and have made us seem like this disgusting trick that happens. So I don't know that it's affected me. It's more so just put a target on my back. Is a Pop-Tart a calzone? What cartoons and TV shows inspired you as a trans child? I don't know if they inspired me as a trans person as much as they did. I just saw all the female characters and identified so heavily with them, but I loved like That's So Raven, not a cartoon, but an amazing show. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, again, not a cartoon, great show. Sailor Moon, for sure, that whole transformation and stuff. I mean, hello! How old were you when you lost your virginity? I'm sorry, I talk way too much. I could not fit all of those questions into this video, but I promise you it will be up. It'll be up next week. I know. I'm sorry, I know, 2 Q&As in a row. I had so many questions, and the next part is going to be a whole lot juicier, so please make sure that you stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for joining me this week. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Helps out my channel so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you can join the family, never miss out on a new upload, and I will put all my social media in the description box down below. You are all amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next Wednesday, good luck. I love you. Bye.